what all Lake Anna homeowners and visitors need to make sure they know about septic systems. So let's not damage our lake and, more importantly, our family's health. So we're looking at septic systems. Too much fluid has dangerous consequences. Overloading causing seepage to the surface, and that's eventually going to run off into the lake, and swimmers can and do contract infectious diseases. And it's not just lakefront. Anything of the watershed of Lake Anna is a problem. So too much liquid passing through the septic tank too quickly and takes unsettled solid waste with it. That liquid can reach the surface containing coliform bacteria, disease-carrying bacteria. Too much solid in the settling tank reduces the settling time. You can keep reading, pausing and reading the rest. So, groundwater contamination, that's what supplies our wells. So as the fluid from the drainage system soaks down through the soil, if it contains coliform bacteria or anything, it's going to reach the groundwater eventually, but it's a real health problem if it has any coliform bacteria in it. So it does matter how much liquid passes through the septic tank, and if it's too quick, it takes unsettled waste with it, reaching the groundwater and our wells. So it's not just about solids in the settling tank. Excess volume use and fluid passing through the system has catastrophic effects. I'm not going to read all of this, but children aged 10 and younger show higher rates of illness when they're swimming in fresh water that has been contaminated. A little bit here, and you can pause it to look at E. coli, total coliform. In Virginia, there are freshwater E. coli bacterial limits, and they're given in counts per 100 mil, and the requirements are down there. The soil type affects drainage, the texture, dealing with sand, silt and clay. We don't need to go into a geology class, but it affects the rate at which wastewater infiltrates and percolates through the soil. And to a certain extent, clay is really slow, apart from where there are cracks in it, and which often means it's not going to percolate as far horizontally to the side. We're going to have problems with surface and with groundwater. And for those who want a little bit more, you can pause and in fact go to that site, then you can actually read the key with it. Again, not going to go through this one, but with septic field operation, this is the limitations of suitability. Hydraulic overloading, too much water enters the septic system and can result in wastewater backing into the drains in the house or surfacing into the yard. We'll look at garbage disposals later, but they contribute excessive amount of solids which don't break down in the septic tank, requiring it to be pumped more frequently. Space, the number of people having showers, doing laundry, dishwashing, flushing loos, that's all going into your septic system. And how can you control that? You can't if you're not there. You can't if there are too many people there. And again, you can read through these ones and go to the sites as well. So we all have required pump out, and we should all have proper use, knowing what the problems are. And hydraulic loading, you can read about clay soils percolating more slowly. And then dead zones, eutrophication, where aquatic life can't survive because of low oxygen levels. Where do these come from? Nutrient pollution. Oh, nutrients from human waste, obviously other mammalian waste as well, going into our lake. Excess nitrogen and phosphorus cause an overgrowth of algae. Oh, we have that. But that consumes oxygen, blocks sunlight. The oxygen in the water is consumed after the algae has died and make it impossible for aquatic life to survive. Fish. We have a problem. And then we've got what you shouldn't flush down your toilet. Does everyone know all of these? I'll let you read them. They're going to clog the system, increase the amount of sediment, and cause a problem with higher water flow going through your septic system. Household chemicals. Try not, no, don't put those down. And fats, oils, and grease, which float into the scum layer and form a mat. So select the proper load size for your washing machine. Don't do part loads in the dishwasher. Do all the household laundry in one day? No. Too much water will go through your septic system too quickly. And here are some cleaning fluids. Limit what you put down because that will kill the bacteria that's in your septic tank that makes harmless the bacteria that are there and need time to be processed, not washed down by too many people using too much water. So here's something about septic failures. You can pause and look at those. And finally, a reminder about garbage disposals. We don't have a permit to have one in Spotsylvania County. I haven't got one, but I know people who have. It grinds stuff up that actually isn't going to get broken down by the helpful bacterial action in your settling tank. One source says you have to pump out twice as often if you have those. Some troubleshooting, a link there if you've got problems, and for Rural Community Assistance Program, that's more for legislators and other useful people to look at that. Now, a family of 4 can jeopardize the septic system in a 3-bedroom rated septic system. That's why you have to be careful and thoughtful what you are doing. Twice that number in a 3-bedroom rated septic system probably will jeopardize it, unless they're spending time conserving the water usage, spreading the use throughout the day, giving the percolation time to work, and the clay soils need even longer. The fact that other neighbourhoods don't restrict occupancy for renters, actually our counties will eventually, is no reason why we can't be the responsible ones. It's a horrific prospect for a failing septic system, not just the smell. Disease in our well water, disease in our lake, affecting the health of anyone who's swimming and recreating. And remember, 10-year-olds and younger are affected even more. Increased nitrogen and phosphorus nutrients in the lake. That comes from the seepage from septic systems and obviously other things, but our septic system is something we can do something about. Feeds the algal blooms, leading to toxins, leading to dead zones with reduced oxygen. Fish die. Fish can't thrive. So no fishing. Swimming bans. What do we want? Reduced house value? No renters wanting to come here because of that? That's where we're heading. Do your part as owners and as landlords, oblique both. Save our lake. You can do it.